Greetings, I'm Jonathan Gerben, President of Tire Click Marketing. I've opened and operated 13 tire stores for 27 years before selling a chain to Monroe Muffler. During this time, I was a direct dealer with Michelin North America and a member of American Car Care Centers. I currently have 2 tire and service stores in the Philadelphia area trading as Tires Etc., which are currently involved with affiliated programs with Michelin, Bridgestone, Continental, and Goodyear. Probably like you, I've been advertising for decades with direct mail, newsprint, radio, and TV. Nothing comes close to the return on investment that internet marketing brings. We can return 10 to 20 times your investment in sales that are done at your store. This program brings customers to your store. We don't want to change your business model, just bring you new customers. There are 2 levels to the Tire Click marketing program. The first is Google advertising. We use our experience in this complex but highly effective medium to bring targeted prospects to your website. The second part of what we do is optimizing your current website to make sure those prospects end up in your store. Our senior web analyst Glenn will go over the Google advertising side of things with you. Then I'll explain our approach to website optimization.
Google has 2 fundamental principles it operates on. The first is organic placement. That's natural selection by Google based on hundreds of criteria that the Google computers collect and they use to either place you on page 1, 2, 3, or even 4 of the search results. The business designed around this organic placement is called search engine optimization. And to be done well, it could cost thousands of dollars a month and take up to a year to get the positioning you want. That's great for companies like TireRack. Although we don't ignore this natural placement and we even address topics to help you improve it, we don't see this as a viable resource for the local tire dealer. The other principle is pay-per-click, or PPC. Every time someone in your predefined geographic trading zone Googles a product or service that you provide, they're shown an ad for your company. If they select your ad, they're brought to your website to shop for your products. Unlike newsprint, direct mail, radio, or any other form of advertising that uses the shotgun approach to reach buyers, internet marketing only draws those who are shopping for your product, tires or service. Each time a prospect clicks your ad in a Google search, they're brought to your website and you're charged a fee by Google. This fee will vary depending on how well your campaign is managed, but we'll get into that more in a minute. Google calls this pay-per-click system AdWords, and the first part of what we do at Tire Click Marketing is to manage it for you. The rate of return is directly proportional to how competitively priced you want to be. We see on average a 10 to 20 to 1 return on spending. For every $100 in advertising on the web, we get $1,000 to $2,000 back in sales. We want to make sure your ad gets seen by your best prospective customers at the lowest possible cost to you. There are several components involved in setting up and managing an AdWords campaign. Keywords are words or phrases that trigger your ad when searched. The advertiser creates a list of keywords, such as tires, and then each time a user runs a Google search for that word or phrase, your ad is eligible to appear to that user. The amount of keywords you can use is really only limited by your imagination. In addition to the keywords themselves, there are multiple ways Google can interact with them. You could set a keyword as an exact match, which means the ad will only appear if the user searches for the keyword exactly as you entered it. With our example keyword tires, only an exact search for the word tires would result in an impression for your ad. Another option is phrase match. This will allow your ad to be triggered if the keyword is searched as part of a larger phrase. So not only will a search for tires potentially trigger your ad, but a search for all-season tires might too. Finally, there's broad match, which could allow your ad to be triggered by any search term that Google believes is similar to your keyword. If your keyword tires is set to broad match, and Google determines that the word Goodyear is similar to the word tires, a search for Goodyear could potentially trigger your ad. At Tire Click Marketing, we have an extensive list of successful improving keywords and plenty of experience with which match type works best for each. As important as your keywords are, your negative keywords are just as important. They function the same, but their goal is exactly the opposite. They function to keep your ad from appearing when certain words or phrases are searched. If you don't sell wheelbarrow tires, there's no point in paying for a click from a user that's searching for wheelbarrow tires. Adding wheelbarrow as a negative keyword will prevent your ad from displaying to that user. We have an absolutely massive list of potential negative keywords for a tire dealer, and it's always growing. We'll work with you to make sure the appropriate negative keywords are applied to your campaign so that you're only targeting users that want to buy what you sell. Ad copy refers to the content of the ad itself. When a user triggers your ad, this is what they'll see, and it could end up being the determining factor in whether a user clicks through to your site or chooses a competitor. There are certain restrictions here with trademarked wording, so you have to be careful. There's also a strict character limit in place, so you're pretty restricted on how much you can actually say. The message needs to be brief, but also attractive and inviting. Including your store phone number here could save you unnecessary clicks and wasted dollars from users who are simply looking for your number. Including geographic information, such as your complete address or even just the town you're located in, can make your ad especially inviting to prospects located nearby, while discouraging clicks from users further away who know that they don't want to travel. Google now has a feature called Site Extensions, which allows you to display this information in your ad without using up precious limited space in the main body of your copy. Your ad copy can be a great place to mention current sales and specials, but be careful to make sure they stand apart from your competition. It can also be used to deliver a strong but general message about your overall great pricing or your incredible customer service. There are a ton of possibilities with your ad copy, but one fact remains. Some things work well, some things don't. There's no exact science to figuring out what's going to work here. It just takes experience and experimentation. Fortunately, we've already done that legwork for you. Geographic targeting refers to the geographic area in which you want your ad to be shown. It can be set to anything from the entire world to a very small area around your shop. It can be set up as a mileage radius around your shop or by selecting specific towns in your area. Google recommends setting this for at least 20 miles around your store, but we know from experience that doesn't work for everybody. If you set your targeting area too far out, you'll end up paying for clicks from users that are too far away and unwilling to travel to your location. If you set it too tight in, you'll miss out on good prospects. What works best for you will depend on many factors, like the population density and the abundance of competition in your area. Finding the best geographic targeting for you takes time and work, and it's something that we place a great deal of importance on. We'll work with you, utilizing your experience with your local market and our tried and true research methods to find the targeting that gives you the best return on your investment. The position your ad shows up in compared to your competition and the amount that you end up spending per click are largely determined by your keyword bid. Your bid is the maximum amount you're willing to spend per click on a specific ad for a given keyword. You'll almost never actually end up spending the full amount of your bid for a click, so it's important to choose a figure that's at the upper limit. The bid is extremely important in that it not only affects the cost of your campaign, but also its effectiveness. If your bid is too low, your ad position will be low, and users will be less likely to find you. To have a truly effective campaign, it's important for your ad to be in the top 3 spots. To achieve this, you need to bid accordingly. Good bid management means constantly monitoring ad position to make sure no competitors come along and outbid you from those spots. As with other aspects of AdWords, success in this area is all about finding the right balance, which takes research and a little experimentation. How much do you want to spend per day or per week with Google? A budget can control within 10% your daily maximum expense. This budget can be changed in minutes and should be based on your Google sales experience. Once a campaign is set up, one of the most fatal mistakes an advertiser can make is to set it and forget it. The campaign needs to be monitored, not just for cost, but for a number of factors which can help indicate the overall effectiveness of the campaign. We'll comb through your AdWords and analytics accounts daily, monitoring a number of metrics, statistics, and other data to ensure you're getting the best quality of visitors for the best price. We'll send you a weekly report that breaks down the nuts and bolts of each of your ad campaigns. First and foremost, this will include cost, so you can monitor what you're spending. We'll tell you how many visitors you got for that cost and what the average cost per click was, so you know how much you're spending for each prospective lead. We'll tell you the average position of the ad. Remember, we want to keep you in the top 3 positions as much as possible. We'll also include an array of analytics data, including number of unique visitors, average number of pages per visit, average amount of time spent on site, percentage of new users, and bounce rate. These are interesting and vital parts of the data for us. When combined, they can present us with a big picture image of how the average user is behaving once they reach your site.
Your AdWords campaign does the job of bringing prospects to your site, but that's only half the battle. What happens once they get there is even more important. At TireClick Marketing, we don't build websites, but we can help you optimize yours to turn visitors into customers. How do you get a prospect visiting your site from your Google campaign to make a purchase, to call you, to stop in? We call this a conversion rate. What percentage of the prospects visiting your website become brick and mortar customers? website layout, competitive tire pricing, tire and service specials. These all affect the conversion rate. If you provide us with your total dollars in web sales and the number of customers that make up the weekly total, we can tweak it to give you some great results. As we said over and over again, our goal is return on investment.
There's no one correct layout when it comes to a website. However, there are certain small changes that can have a huge impact on results. A successful site needs incentives to buy and a clear call to action. Financing specials, video presentations, easy tire search, and tire and service specials provide visitors with information, incentives, and a satisfying web experience. Making sure the user has a clear sense of where to click and how to navigate your site will usher more users beyond the first page. TireClick Marketing can provide recommendations based on our experience to increase your sales.
To show tire pricing on your website or not, the kind of volume you end up doing with the internet depends on the direction you choose. People shop the internet to answer basic questions: product information, where they can get it, reviews, and most importantly, price. Internet shoppers want to know how much. In the preparation of the Google campaign, we want to know who your competition is for ad placement. In website management, we want to know what your competitor's price is. TireClick Marketing can track your internet competitor's pricing and review that information with you to develop a pricing policy that gives you both a bottom line and a competitive edge. If you choose, we can maintain your website's product screen, including pricing and specials, based on your markups and updated weekly or monthly.
We can provide useful information and benefits for your customers at the individual tire level. Template tire dealer websites usually come stock equipped with the manufacturer's rhetoric on construction and design. These are pretty useless to the average consumer. We find that information like warranties, how a tire is ranked by Consumer Reports, or even by Tire Rack is a lot more beneficial to the average user.
We track all the major manufacturer rebates and giveaways. TireClick Marketing can make sure your website is always up to date. We can guide you on creating internet tire specials and service coupons we have seen work before. The web is instantaneous. Need to put a special out on certain tires? Within minutes, your prospects see it. Want to have a weekend-only sale? As soon as the coupon or special is done being created, it immediately goes live. Is business slower than average for the week? You can have a last-minute sale or special instantly. Most tire dealers have programs or goals set up by the manufacturer or wholesaler. Use these internet specials to achieve those goals. I know the TireClick Marketing program works because we didn't just develop it, we use it every day. When we first ventured into the world of web marketing, we did it to boost our own sales. We had no idea at the time how successful it would be. You got to try it. It's unbelievable. You got to try it.